Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Howl. I'm your host, Matthew, and today I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Layton.
My name is Logan.
And I'm Milan.
Today we will be talking about some of our favorite movies from the last year. Personally, I really liked Sonic 3, Wicked, and Wild Robot.
Those are some solid choices.
Wicked went crazy.
Wicked did go crazy, and Sonic 3 went surprisingly crazy. I didn't care for the last two that much, but I liked the third one.
And I watched Wicked so late, so I knew all of the songs already. So I was just so excited for them to come up. I watched it on. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll never know what Milan was going to say.
Right.
It's going to be a mystery to ages, folks.
I think Wicked did very well is knowing. Usually, I don't like part 1 and part 2s of a story, but I think Wicked did it very well. Where for example, Across the Spider-Verse, I did not know it was a part 1 of a story, so I was a little disappointed. But with Wicked, I left the theater satisfied.
Right, and it's not going to get delayed like Spider-Verse. We don't know when the next Spider-Verse movie is coming out.
In 2052.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, to be fair, I had no clue that Wicked movie was a part 1. I don't think it was advertised that way at all. So when I saw part 1, I was insanely confused. I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's a part 1. But it's a really good movie. Wicked did a good job of reminding me how good Ariana Grande's vocals are.
I swear.
She was
really good. She was really good.
She was really good. I was not expecting some of those notes. I just wasn't expecting a lot of that.
I seen somewhere that she had to train a lot for that, though, because normally she doesn't sing that high. So for that whole show, her whole voice was just high. So she had to change everything, but she did it.
And that explains her sort of high talking voice.
Yeah.
That she started doing that a lot of people were kind of hating on because she thought that she had changed herself or something. And she was like, I'm training my voice here. And then in Wicked 2, you could see why. You could see where that came from.
I can't wait. I couldn't believe it when they just cut it off because I was thinking well, the guards are just now finding her, and I've been in here for 2 hours. I'm kind of ready for it to end, but it seems like we still got a whole hour left, and it just ended. I was like, oh wow.
You've got to have the break after Defying Gravity. If you don't have an act break or movie break after Defying Gravity, it loses its oomph. Yeah, it's such a dramatic scene. You need a break after it.
Yeah, I was about to say that is how they did it in the Broadway version, which is a big inspiration for the movie. So I feel like they did it well with it being just part 1 of act 1 of Wicked, as I'd say, and then apparently they've already filmed the second act, and it's coming out pretty soon. Apparently,
I think it's November.
Is that soon?
Didn't take long at all.
Yeah.
Well,
we still didn't get GTA 6.
I mean, they probably would have filmed both of them at the same time, but it probably took longer to edit it. So it makes sense that they would have one editing cut, whether it be just the soundtrack and the editing or just whatever it is, and then release that, and then based on that reception, do the editing for the second one. I mean, that just makes sense.
Right. And it makes sense to space out the timing of when they come out. So
for sure.
You build up the hype again. It's
for sure. But it also makes sense to film it at the same time because... I don't know that much about filming, but I know that they filmed the 3-hour movie Oppenheimer in a month, So, and as far as I know, filming is a pretty rigorous sort of thing.
Can confirm. I'm on student film sets, and we're there for 15 hours a day.
Yeah, I've also been on a few student sets, and the 2 that I have been on have lasted an entire weekend and have gone from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yep.
Oh, no.
That's the gig.
I did do a film. I did do the film race last year when I thought that film was my major when I wanted to, and then now I don't want to. But I remember the film race and all of its awful stuff. Hot take about the Wild Robot.
Wild Robot.
It ended 5 times before it actually ended.
I see what you're saying.
And that I thought an hour in, when all the birds were about to fly, I thought that was the end.
Right.
And then it kept going.
It was a very over dramatic. There's an argument to be made that the movie is even like trying too hard to get you to feel things. Because during the part when like the birds fly away and it plays that big dramatic music score,
I'm just like, okay, I was like, okay, this is a really short movie, but I guess it's ending now. And then it kept going, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's not actually ending.
It has the opposite problem that Wicked had.
Right, and then we went to the whole thing in winter, and then I went back to summer, and then the alien thing happened. I'm like, when is this movie going to end? I thought that up until then, the movie was really good. I thought it was really solid animation. I really liked I think there's sort of watercolor thing going on.
Yeah.
That really goes really pretty. I love the storyline, but as soon as it got to the point where the birds are flying away, I felt like it should have ended 5 times, and I felt like there was sort of an unnecessary dramatic build with like the aliens, and like all of a sudden there's this random bad guy towards the end, and I'm like, what? I feel like
by the aliens, you mean like the company that made the robot series that Roz is, or just like
robots is probably, or aliens probably not the best way to do it, but just like the helicopters, and they were trying to, like, they burned down the entire island, like those people. It was just a little unnecessary to me. So yeah, not as good as as it was rated, in my opinion.
What
just
on
because
earth
of that.
are y'all talking about? I've never seen this movie.
It's a good movie.
It sounds
it's called
good.
The Wild Robots.
It sounds
pleasant.
good.
Good animated movie, one of the better ones.
Stream it on the internet.
What was it called?
The Wild Robots.
The Wild Robots.
It's also based on a book that, from what I've heard, is also very good. I personally have not read the book yet, but I hope to pretty soon.
Everything's based on a book or short story nowadays, unfortunately.
Except for Howl, yeah. This is original content.
Exactly.
Only original content here on Wolf Radio. Thanks for listening.
Live and improv, shall I say,
Exactly.
basically.
Do you have serious FOMO? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This is our entertainment segment, where we'll catch you up on whatever you may have missed.
Hello, welcome back. Now we'll be talking about the Oscars that happened last night.
Yes.
Or
I
was
watched
it last
them.
night?
It was last night.
Okay.
Wait, what day is it? Tuesday. No, it was Sunday night.
Shoot.
Apologies.
Sorry about that.
I can't keep track of time.
Neither can I.
Yeah, I don't.
The Oscars were good. Conan O'Brien was great.
I heard about that.
I'm so happy that it wasn't hosted by Jimmy Kimmel again.
Right, he
Thank
is
God.
boring. Jimmy Kimmel is
boring.
Obnoxiously boring. It's like, it's not. Yeah, boring. That's the only word you can.
So it was nice to
describe
have
him.
a host that's like an actual comedian who
Right.
makes jokes instead of a couple years ago he had a whole segment that he brought like a donkey on stage from one of the movies and was like, here it is.
Okay,
It's a donkey.
but-
That was the
ooh.
joke. Good job, Jimmy.
Ariana Grande's dress. Hello.
Yeah, are you
it
talking
just gives
about-
cupcake? Like that is
Right.
beautiful.
I thought it looked like a jellyfish.
which I
was
don't
fun.
know. It gives like cake to me. Like it gives cupcake, and oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly didn't watch the Oscars. I kind of didn't know
either.
that it was happening, and right. I feel like, okay, I'm a music guy, so I'm gonna watch the Grammys just because, of course, I'm gonna watch the Grammys. I have strong opinions about albums and such, even though like my music taste goes way beyond the mainstream. I still have strong opinions about, the fact that Billy was snubbed. But anyways, as someone who I don't watch that many movies. I watch movies as much as the next person, but I'm not like a movie fanatic or anything. So I just didn't really watch the Oscars, and I think that it isn't as relevant. These award shows just aren't as relevant as they used to. Probably partially because people like Jimmy Kimmel have hosted, and people are like, okay, this dude's boring. What's going on, and
know.
whatever.
The Oscars. The Oscars and other shows like it used to be a much bigger deal because it was the only time you saw celebrities, like actors, actresses, and such, outside of their roles, outside of the like controlled performances you usually see them in.
Yeah,
And
and
with
to see their genuine selves.
but with the rise of social media and like reaching out more and being more impressed, then there's not as much of a reason for the general non-movie fanatic public such as myself to tune in to these events.
Right, no, that makes sense. That makes 100% sense.
I like movies, though. I've seen most of the Best Picture nominations.
And
except for the one that won. Sorry, continue.
Personally, I was not able to watch too much of the Oscars due to schoolwork, but the parts that I was able to see with a group of people was when they announced the best animated feature, and a lot of the people I was with were saying Inside Out 2 got robbed and all that. But
I'm gonna say I think that's just because they hadn't seen the other ones.
Yeah,
because that's the Disney one, that's the popular one. Flow one, which I have seen, it's a foreign film, and it was made by like 4 or 5 people in Blender, which is a free software you can get on your computer. I have it on my laptop, and
That's
it won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars, which is a big deal.
That's really nice.
So, yeah.
Did Emilia Perez win?
Emilia Perez. If anyone doesn't know, Emilia Perez is like the big villain of the Oscars this year. It got 13 nominations and everyone hates it. It's a horrible representation of like Mexican culture and trans people and everything. It won Best Original Song for El Mal.
How did it win?
I don't know, because
none of the actors can sing.
It also won Best Leading Actress. Zoe Saldana won. Which a lot of people say, I haven't seen Emilia Perez because I've avoided it specifically.
Right.
But a lot of people say that Zoe Saldana was the best part of the movie, so. Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. I just seen that one scene where they go into the, the operation
the infamous musical number.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm not quite sure, but change operation,
classic cinema.
Like it looks like a parody of itself, and not many movies come out that are that bad where it looks like a parody of itself. So
Yeah, and I think with that we will be taking a quick break, but stay tuned because we will be back with more later.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. MC Scoes. We got more of your favorite music on the way, so stay tuned right here on Wolf Radio.
All gorgeous girls have an almighty father that blesses every room they walk in. When they ask, who got you smiling like that? Say, God did. Because my faith keeps me confident that God is my confidant, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Open your heart, silence your mind, and step into your cozy corner for heartfelt chats about faith and your relationship with God. Because, girl, tune into Confidence to keep up your confidence in God every Wednesday at 1.
Wolf Life Hack number 602. Try to make some friends within your major. You'll want to collaborate in the future, and they might have some of the same problems and classes as you. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Oh, hey, sorry. I just got off the train. I can't make it to the party. I'm gonna be listening to Wolf Radio on the Odyssey app with some of my friends. Sorry.
Wolf Life Hack number 603. Eat, eat, eat. Please eat something throughout the day. You need brain food to work and study hard. This is Wolf Radio.
That was our hip-hop artist music submission, and you're listening to Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Whoa. Why are you paying $10.99 for Apple Music when Wolf Radio is free? Listen in at thewolfuwg.com. Come on.
Wolf Life Hack number 604. Why sit in your dorm all day when there's plenty of activities and clubs to participate in around campus? You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Hey there, it's KJ. Coming at you from Wolf Radio, streaming 24/7 on thewolfuwg.com and on the Odyssey app.
Welcome to Confidence, the show where we teach you how to put your confidence in God, no matter what your day or week holds. Every week, we dive deep into how to lean on God's strength, trust His plan, and carry His confidence through life's challenges. Whether it's facing a tough decision, overcoming obstacles, or just needing some encouragement, we're here to remind you that with God, anything is possible. Tune into Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m. and walk into your week with a heart full of trust and confidence in God's perfect timing and love. Catch Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Wolf Life Hack number 605. Remember, just because you're a student, it doesn't mean you can't take breaks. Your mental and physical health always take priority. This is Wolf Radio. Since you're already here, why not follow us on all these social media platforms? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All at the Wolf UWG.
Are you ready for a faith boost to carry you through the week? Yeah! Tune into Confidence, where faith meets confidence, and we dive into a spirit-filled conversation that uplift, inspire, and empower. Join us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on Wolf Radio for real-life encouragement and the motivation to walk boldly in your faith. Don't miss your weekly dose of confidence, because when you put your trust in Him, there's nothing you can't overcome. Catch us on Wolf Radio Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Wolf Life Hack number 606. Freshman 15 is a thing. There is nothing wrong with going to the gym, and you're already paying for it. This is Wolf Radio.
You're tuned in to Wolf Radio, bringing you the hottest tunes, exclusive interviews, and campus updates 24/7. For students, by students.
All gorgeous girls have an almighty father that blesses every room they walk in. When they ask, who got you smiling like that? Say, God did. Because my faith keeps me confident that God is my confidant. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Open your heart, silence your mind, and step into your cozy corner for heartfelt chats about faith and your relationship with God. Because girl, tune into Confidence to keep up your confidence in God every Wednesday at 1.
Wolf Life Hack number 607. Be safe. You don't really need us to say that, but we're going to do it anyway. Inside your dorm or just walking around late at night, this is Wolf Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. MC Scoes. We got more of your favorite music on the way, so stay tuned right here on Wolf Radio.
Wolf Life Hack number 609. We all have problems and issues. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to friends or the Student Health Center. This is Wolf Radio.
Welcome to Confidence, the show where we teach you how to put your confidence in God, no matter what your day or week holds. Every week, we dive deep into how to lean on God's strength, trust His plan, and carry His confidence through life's challenges. Whether it's facing a tough decision, overcoming obstacles, or just needing some encouragement, we're here to remind you that with God, anything is possible. Tune into Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m. and walk into your week with a heart full of trust and confidence in God's perfect timing and love. Catch Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Wolf Life Hack number 610. Let's be real, you're probably 18 or older, and while you are an adult, don't do anything rash or dumb. Partying every day is not the smartest decision. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Oh, hey, sorry, I just got off the train. I can't make it to the party. I'm gonna be listening to Wolf Radio on the Odyssey app with some of my friends. Sorry.
Wolf Life Hack number 611. Read your syllabus. Your professor is not going to tell you everything. It's gonna have everything you need and more. This is Wolf Radio.
Are you ready for a faith boost to carry you through the week? Yeah! Tune into Confidence, where faith meets confidence, and we dive into a spirit-filled conversation that uplift, inspire, and empower. Join us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on Wolf Radio for real-life encouragement and the motivation to walk boldly in your faith. Don't miss your weekly dose of confidence, because when you put your trust in Him, there's nothing you can't overcome. Catch us on Wolf Radio Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you paying $10.99 for Apple Music when Wolf Radio is free? Listen in at thewolfuwg.com. Come on.
All gorgeous girls have an almighty father that blesses every room they walk in. When they ask, who got you smiling like that? Say, God did. Because my faith keeps me confident that God is my confidant. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Open your heart, silence your mind, and step into your cozy corner for heartfelt chats about faith and your relationship with God. Because girl, tune into Confidence to keep up your confidence in God every Wednesday at 1.
Okay, hey y'all, we are back with the second segment, and I am your host, Janelle. Today I am here with
Willie,
Logan,
and our board operator,
Kenya.
Woo! Are you guys excited?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of course.
So we have some fun topics today. As you guys know, today is our movie episode. So I want to talk about movies as an escapism form. You know, try to get away from reality watching movies. How do you guys feel? Do you guys have opinions on that? Does anybody have comfort films?
I definitely have a comfort film. Mine is Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Love that movie so much.
It's my favorite movie.
Have you guys seen it? Or
no?
I've not. Is it good?
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
good. Will Smith's in it.
Nick Cannon.
Yes.
Jessica Alba, I think.
Super good movie. Like classic black film. Love it so much. Everybody should watch it at least once.
Of course.
How about you guys? Comfort films?
Okay, so I don't want you to think I'm like Psycho or something, but my comfort film are action movies. It's not horror. It's not horror. But yeah, I like to watch fight scenes because it's just like, for me it's like therapeutic being like, that takes out my anger from customer service. Yeah.
That is so real.
As someone who used to work in customer service, I totally get that. I don't comfort movies. I don't know. I don't. I feel like I watch movies either to be entertained or to feel some sort of emotion. I don't know if I even have comfort movies per se that make me. I do that with music, but I don't know how much I do that with movies, if that makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Is there like one movie that you could watch over and over again without getting tired of it?
Oppenheimer. I could watch Oppenheimer without getting tired of it over and over and over again. As long as it is, I think it's one of the best movies of all time. If that, I mean, it was really popular, and yeah, I don't know. It's a history movie, so it's probably not everyone's cup of tea, but it also got like $1 billion. So a lot of people liked it. So
no, that's real. Yeah, personally, my comfort movie like changes every month, but right now I have 2 comfort movies, which is Annie 2014. Best Annie if you ask me, and I know I've watched all the Annie movies multiple times, and The Devil Wears Prada. Actually, has everybody seen The Devil Wears Prada? No,
I've heard of it.
A lot of it, but like
I've heard of it.
Heard of it. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I have seen that Annie though.
Okay.
You've got great taste.
Yes, it's the best Annie, arguably. I feel like the songs are 10 times better, but don't argue with me about it because I'm right.
Is that the one? Opportunity? Is that one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
See, if you know the songs, that's how you know it's better. If you can tell at least one song from it.
In high school, I knew a lot of theater kids, so that song was quoted like on the daily. So yeah.
I don't know. I think they just like improved the songs from the musical.
Yeah, most definitely. I think everybody had their own little spin to it, so it was a little bit better. But talking about the movie industry, y'all, we are going to talk about some issues within the industry. So I think one of the biggest issues that the industry has had recently, especially like within the past couple of years, is the strikes, the SAG-AFTRA strike, the Writers Guild strike. So how do you guys feel about those strikes? Did you guys support? Like, what was going on when those were happening?
If I would have had the opportunity, I totally would have gone to an actual strike. Just 100%. I would have if I could have or if I knew what's going on. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty anti-AI. And I'm pretty anti-AI writing anything that's going to be consumed by the public. I don't think that anything should ever be written for the public that's not written by humans. Not only is that taking away valuable jobs for people who are creative, for creative people, creative talents, but that's just gonna end up with worse results anyways. I don't care if they think it's profitable. I don't even see how it would to begin with, but it's not gonna be creative. And all art is supposed to be creative. When you take the creativity out of art, it's gonna and is not going to be art anymore. And so AI is just going to suck the art out of art. So I 100% support the SAG-AFTRA strikes because they were trying to replicate, they're trying to make it to where you could use AI to replicate your image without permission, and that's just not okay. Anything AI related should never be a without permission. You should have to go to them and say, I'm giving you permission if you already use AI for anything just art related in general. That's my take on it.
Right, and they were like stealing people's voices and stealing people's like appearances without their permission.
Right, that's what I'm talking
about. Like reusing it. And it's like, yes, you own the rights to those characters, absolutely. And yes, you own the rights to the likeness of that character. You don't own the right to that person.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't have the permission to use that person, I mean, you don't have the permission to use that person in that piece, that's not right.
Yeah.
Right.
They should be able to strike or sue.
Because you could most definitely like use that against somebody, or an actor could be like, I don't feel comfortable doing this certain thing for this character, and then they just decide to use that person's image through AI, which is most definitely illegal. You cannot do that
And
without somebody's permission.
another thing that I should mention that that I'm not too excited about one of the results, which was, it was like, oh, okay, you can use it, but you know, the actor has to give permission to use their likeness as image. And it's like, one of the complaints that a lot of people were having was, well, that just means that the actors that do give permission are going to get all of the results. You know, they're going to be the ones in the film, because it's ultimately less profitable if you just add in a fake human there that's already been there and use AI to use that, and not, you know, hire someone and pay them $150, something like that, to be on set for the whole day. What, you know, something like that. That's ultimately more profitable for the business. So either, you know, movie industry people, corporations are going to want to do that because that's what they're all about. And so the fact that they have, okay, you can do that with permission, it's like, at least you can't do it without permission, but that also means that the actors who give permission are going to be the ones that are going to be used more frequently. And the worry for, I think, a lot of actors is the more that, how should I word this? The more that it's going to be almost a requirement, unless you're just some anomaly, that for most actors, and just a side note, most actors get paid like they're living paycheck to paycheck, just as a side note. But the idea that it's just going to be a requirement in order to really get into the industry, that you kind of have to have AI use. That was the main concern after that ruling. So
yeah, definitely. And that's actually something I've been seeing recently, like on TikTok, that some people, one of the movies that won, I think it was The Brutalist, that for one of his, like one of the main actors' monologues, they actually used AI in post-production to like do his Russian part of his monologue or something, and people were kind of feeling certain ways for them winning multiple awards because of the fact that they used AI and it wasn't actually the actor like speaking in Russian, or I don't know if it was Russian, but I know that they used AI.
So they used AI to change the accent or the language of the person?
Yeah. Like, I don't think he was actually speaking the language when they originally filmed, and then in post-production they like changed it with AI so that it would work for the film.
Yeah, and like AI in movies, in like the finished product, rarely looks good. I mean, who else on TikTok has seen those movies where they have like the AI extras and they look just so janky? They don't look human. How? I mean, yes, I'm not looking that introspectively in the frame. Okay, I get it, but also at the same time, like, that looks like a zombie, like, or like a mannequin.
Yeah.
And even when you're doing like voice work, like, okay, if anyone's seen Madam Web, the ADR of it doesn't match up with the lips. They tried to use AI for some of the post-production stuff as well, and like the tone is wrong. It just doesn't cover it the way it should.
Yeah. Right. And it makes the movie kind of feel off.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's like you're watching it and you're like, am I enjoying this? I don't really know if I am.
Because the human element is out of it. The creativity of it is out of it. You know, it's no longer art. It's just a robot. you know? So you can't feel anything because it's a robot doing it. You know, there's no...
That's what I felt about a lot of like the Sony products they've been putting out there, like Craven, Morbius, Madam Web, is it feels more so commercial, like you're trying to sell me a product, you're not trying to make a movie.
I think that's the problem with a lot of the movies that's come out recently. It's more, especially when it comes to, I mean, I don't want to change the topic, but all the sequels and everything. It's like you're just trying to sell a product, and there's no it's not art, it's not creative, and you know, it's just not. It's just a product, and unfortunately, I think corporations, they understand that if they can make it a product, then it's overall, if they do it in a certain way, it's more profitable to them. But that's not art. And that's just going to make the film industry and the movie industry, it's going to make the movies less quality, and then people aren't going to want to watch it, and it's just going to be another part of, I guess, the sort of, how do you describe it? Like, you know how people talk about how, like, third places are going away, like places to gather, you know, and one of those places are movie theaters. It's just going to kickstart that even more.
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean. Well, even continuing in that topic, are there any, like, reboot movies, sequel movies that have, like, come out recently that you guys were kind of like, I loved the original movie, or I loved the original series of this, but I'm not watching the new one?
Shrek 5. That's all I have to say. Oh my goodness. Why did they make the daughter character look like Zendaya? Like
Zendaya.
Like Zendaya's the voice actor, and they made the daughter character look like Zendaya. Like the hair looks like Zendaya's hair, and I'm like, what?
I think it's weird that they somehow made the Shrek characters more uncanny. Like, they look like the Uncanny Valley version of the Shrek characters. That's an accomplishment in itself.
They look smooth in like a weird, not very pleasant way.
Because they took out all the texture.
Right, they took out all the texture, so like he doesn't look like an ogre.
Yeah. So that was our segment, y'all. Continue to think about it, and I think we're gonna move on.
Hey there, it's KJ. Coming at you from Wolf Radio, streaming 24/7 on the wolfUWG.com and on the Odyssey app.
Always ask about student discounts. They'll save you that extra money at your favorite clothing places or restaurants. Keep your student ID on you. This is Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Welcome to Confidence, the show where we teach you how to put your confidence in God, no matter what your day or week holds. Every week, we dive deep into how to lean on God's strength, trust His plan, and carry His confidence through life's challenges. Whether it's facing a tough decision, overcoming obstacles, or just needing some encouragement, we're here to remind you that with God, anything is possible. Tune into Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m. and walk into your week with a heart full of trust and confidence in God's perfect timing and love. Catch Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Since you're already here, why not follow us on all these social media platforms? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All at the Wolf UWG.
Wolf Life Hack number 613. If it's a pretty day outside, try to walk or take the bus. There's no point in driving everywhere. Plus, who knows who you'll meet on the way. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Are you ready for a faith boost to carry you through the week? Yeah! Tune into Confidence, where faith meets confidence, and we dive into a spirit-filled conversation that uplift, inspire, and empower.
Join us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on Wolf Radio
for real-life encouragement and the motivation to walk boldly in your faith. Don't miss your weekly dose of confidence, because when you put your trust in Him, there's nothing you can't overcome. Catch us on Wolf Radio Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
You're tuned in to Wolf Radio, bringing you the hottest tunes, exclusive interviews, and campus updates 24/7. For students, by students.
Wolf Life Hack number 614. There are plenty of people who have been through your classes and have a whole bunch of tips. Either talk to upperclassmen or go to the Center of Academic Success for tutoring. This is Wolf Radio.
All gorgeous girls have an almighty father that blesses every room they walk in. When they ask, who got you smiling like that? Say, God did. Because my faith keeps me confident that God is my confidant. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Open your heart, silence your mind, and step into your cozy corner for heartfelt chats about faith and your relationship with God. Because girl, tune into Confidence to keep up your confidence in God every Wednesday at 1.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. MC Scoves. We got more of your favorite music on the way, so stay tuned right here on Wolf Radio.
Wolf Life Hack number 615. There's a lot of typing in the future. Invest in a monitor for your laptop and you won't regret it. Being able to type your paper and have your other tabs off to the side is amazing. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Welcome to Confidence, the show where we teach you how to put your confidence in God, no matter what your day or week holds. Every week, we dive deep into how to lean on God's strength, trust His plan, and carry His confidence through life's challenges. Whether it's facing a tough decision, overcoming obstacles, or just needing some encouragement, we're here to remind you that with God, anything is possible. Tune into Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m. and walk into your week with a heart full of trust and confidence in God's perfect timing and love. Catch Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Oh, hey, sorry, I just got off the train. I can't make it to the party. I'm gonna be listening to Wolf Radio on the Odyssey app with some of my friends. Sorry.
Wolf Life Hack number 616. Your RAs are people too, so even though they're here for you, please respect their personal space. This is Wolf Radio, for students, by students.
Are you ready for a faith boost to carry you through the week? Yeah! Tune into Confidence, where faith meets confidence, and we dive into a spirit-filled conversation that uplift, inspire, and empower.
Join us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on Wolf Radio.
For real-life encouragement and the motivation to walk boldly in your faith. Don't miss your weekly dose of confidence, because when you put your trust in Him, there's nothing you can't overcome. Catch us on Wolf Radio Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you paying $10.99 for Apple Music when Wolf Radio is free? Listen in at thewolfUWG.com. Come on.
Wolf Life Hack number 601. Sleep is your best friend, even if you can't wake up early. Get some sleep every night. It's not worth staying up late just to wake up too tired for class. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
All gorgeous girls have an almighty father that blesses every room they walk in. When they ask, who got you smiling like that? Say, God did. Because my faith keeps me confident that God is my confidant, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Open your heart, silence your mind, and step into your cozy corner for heartfelt chats about faith and your relationship with God. Because, girl, tune into Confidence to keep up your confidence in God every Wednesday at 1.
Hey there, it's KJ, coming at you from Wolf Radio, streaming 24/7 on the wolfUWG.com and on the Odyssey app.
Wolf Life Hack number 602. Try to make some friends within your major. You'll want to collaborate in the future, and they might have some of the same problems and classes as you. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Welcome to Confidence, the show where we teach you how to put your confidence in God, no matter what your day or week holds. Every week, we dive deep into how to lean on God's strength, trust His plan, and carry His confidence through life's challenges. Whether it's facing a tough decision, overcoming obstacles, or just needing some encouragement, we're here to remind you that with God, anything is possible. Tune into Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m. and walk into your week with a heart full of trust and confidence in God's perfect timing and love. Catch Confidence every Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Are you ready for a faith boost to carry you through the week? Yeah! Tune into Confidence, where faith meets confidence, and we dive into a spirit-filled conversation that uplift, inspire, and empower.
Join us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on Wolf Radio.
For real-life encouragement and the motivation to walk boldly in your faith. Don't miss your weekly dose of confidence, because when you put your trust in Him, there's nothing you can't overcome. Catch us on Wolf Radio Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
All right, welcome back to Howl. Yeah, I'm your host Eliza, and who do we have with me?
Lane, I'm Lane.
Hi, I'm Leighton. I'm back again.
Yeah.
Second time.
All right, and tonight we are talking about things that are effective in movies, like practical effects or digital tropes, cliches. Personally, I prefer practical effects over digital because I just think that it looks way better and like cooler. But there are like other things considered with like practical effects, like cost, like location, like where are we filming, like safety, like cast and crew, and if like we can do the effects. What do y'all?
I'll say this: for the past 2 short films that I've been on, we've done practical effects, and just the process of doing the practical effects is the most fun part. Like in the first one, our art guy that we had on set, Christian Mitchell, used a disembodied head of himself in the movie. And so we got to do a scene where like he
cut his head off and his head was on the floor and it looked like him. It was so cool. And then in this past film that we did, we actually did a practical like mushroom cloud explosion in like this field in the middle of nowhere. We got to actually like blow like 13 pounds of tannerite up. It was like really cool, and it looked really good on camera. So
can I ask how he got his own disembodied head?
Well, so that was
film?
the cool. He had already had it because I guess it's like something for his art thing. It was like he had a disembodied head of himself. He had this was like the main crux of our film. Actually, he had a peeled off face of himself. So like no eyes.
Oh,
like,
I know what film you're talking about now.
Yeah, it won Best Picture.
I saw
Thank you very
that.
much. Hey, anyone out there, Best Picture?
Good work, good work.
Anyways, yeah, so peeled off face, which looked crazy, and it was of his face. It was so insane. Yeah. He even had like his own head in a jar. It was crazy.
I love practical effects. All of my favorite movies have practical effects. One of my favorite movies is Evil Dead 2, which is just a showcase for Sam Raimi to go crazy in the woods and make a lot of blood go everywhere. And it's lovely. And I think audiences can tell when effects are practical and when they're digital. They can sense the realness in practical effects. Like the first Jurassic Park. Obviously, I mean, some of the CGI is outdated because it was 1991 and it was one of the first major instances of CG in film like that. But you can tell the difference between like the CGI dinosaurs and the practical animatronic dinosaurs.
Sure. Yeah. I agree. I think I love Evil Dead, dude. There's, by the way, fun fact, Evil Dead reference in that movie I was just talking about. We did like
How did I not pick up on
the
that?
scene at the very beginning, the like I don't know. They like slow mode, or they actually sped up like them running with the camera, and so it looked like really like do 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 do. I don't know how to express it. Whatever. Anyways, love Evil Dead, base movie.
I love movies with puppets.
Oh man,
and creatures.
Big puppet guy over here, loving Jim Henson, Dark Crystal, Muppet.
I love the Dark Crystal so much.
Muppet Christmas movie. Base. What?
Labyrinth goes hard, as
sure.
the kids say.
Nah.
And another topic, tropes. Do you think that tropes are effective, or do you have like a favorite or like a least favorite trope?
I'm leaving. Layden, you go. I'm about to, Go ahead.
Oh, I'm excited to hear what you have to say. I think tropes can be fun if used correctly. If you're like aware, I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't want to be like you have to be self-aware. You just have to use it well. Tropes are tropes because at some point they worked well. And if you can get something new out of them and use them in a new way, then I think that they work. I think you can do it.
Here's my question. Are genres tropes?
I would say no. I mean, there are tropes inside of genres, of course.
Well, I like a very specific type of movie. I like coming of age, and I like having multiple characters, and each character is different, and the way that they interact with each character
Hot
is
film
different.
takes. He likes when there are multiple characters.
Yeah. I actually like when there are characters that I watch in a movie. By the way, just in case anyone cared or wondered.
That's so crazy.
Hot take, super hot take, in case anyone was wondering.
He likes when the movie has people on the screen.
I don't know. I kind of like cheesy stuff. So even if a trope is like overused, if it's the right trope, I kind of am gonna be like, okay, I kind of like it. Rom-coms? No, I just don't think I've even watched a rom-com before.
You gotta watch a rom-com.
If I have, like, it probably wasn't that good.
My favorite rom-com is You've Got Mail.
Oh yeah, Meg Ryan in the pants.
Meg Ryan is
pants.
great in everything.
Yeah,
Come back to us,
wears
Meg
pants in that
Ryan.
movie.
Save us, Meg Ryan.
Hitch? What is that?
I also don't know what Hitch is. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
I only know movies with Meg Ryan. I've never seen any movie that doesn't have Meg Ryan in it.
Humphrey Bogart
Hitch. It's a great movie.
Free poke.
You're just.
I love that. I love that movie.
Go ahead. Look,
Yeah,
hey,
talk
we're
about this
all
movie,
ears
'cause
about
I don't know.
27 dresses.
I think you're just making up words.
No, it is a real movie. It's about this woman that is pretty much always like the bridesmaid, never the bride, and she has been like pretty much in like all of her like friends' weddings, and she like keeps all of her like bridesmaids' dresses. So she has like I guess 27 dresses, and there's I think
That tracks.
what is this?
Who's in it?
The journalist wants
Yeah.
to like do a thing on her. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like this journalist that like she meets, and he like ends up like
I
I
probably
guess
should-
bridesmaids too. Oh, that's also a good movie.
I can't remember if I've seen that movie or not. Who's in that one? Who's in that one?
A lot of is Amy Poehler in that movie? Is Tina Fey in that movie?
Tina Fey.
Like all the entire adult cast from Mean Girls shows up.
That was our bridesmaid, Mean Girls.
I love Mean Girls so much.
Oh, Mean Girls is good.
Mean Girls is amazing, but not the musical.
Give me another one.
I haven't seen it, but
Give me another one. Maybe I'll find one that I know and I've seen.
more rom-coms. Have you seen When Harry Met Sally? That's like the
Oh,
rom-com.
but that's come on,
That's
dude.
like the
that's
rom-com.
just Billy Crystal hour.
Why do you like them? They're full of tropes.
I don't know.
What tropes?
Rom-coms
do you
are
like in
different.
rom-coms?
I feel like rom-coms are like they're low-key like meant to make you uncomfortable. In a sense.
What do you mean? I think that's the opposite of what they're supposed to do.
Oh, so you're watching a rom-com and you're like, this is just. I just feel like I know. I'm just right at home.
I mean,
I just know these people.
For a
and
lot
they-
of people, rom-coms are comfort films. They watch them because they.
Man, I watch
they have
sad
the
movies.
feel-good emotions
I watch
in them.
sad movies when I'm trying to feel comfy. Is that crazy?
What sad movies do you watch when you're trying to feel comfy? I know this is kind of off topic, but now I have to know.
No. Okay, I have one that is kind of a rom-com. It's not really a rom-com because they don't actually fall
Is it
in
like
love.
Eternal Sunshine?
But one
or
of my and as a matter of fact, that movie is so overrated. That's a real hot take. But
I love
anyways,
Eternal
moving
Sunshine,
on.
but yeah, moving on.
It's this movie called Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, and it's about how they don't fall in love and how one of them.
one of them
Unfortunately,
dying.
one of them dies. Spoiler alert! Sorry, guys.
I don't think it's a spoiler if it's in the title of the movie.
Well, if you watch the movie, actually, they tell you that she doesn't die, but they lie to you. Another spoiler alert. Sorry, guys.
This movie, they can't keep lying to us in cinema.
But it's so good, though.
I know that the whole conceit of
So
cinema is
good,
that it's
though.
fake, but
Yeah, I love that movie. Anyways, tropes, take them or leave them for the most part. don't
I
know.
like some tropes. The Princess Bride is a movie full of tropes, but
That's
it
a
uses
fantasy
them
movie.
well.
Come on,
and
Inigo
it-
Montoya. He's the
new
real
ways.
main guy. I don't care about the other two. Yeah.
All right, and that's just about it for us tonight on today's episode of Howl Yeah. But before we go, a little reminder that if you haven't already, make sure you are following us on Instagram at TheWolfUWG and tell us your thoughts about the show. We'd love to hear it. And if you missed today's episode or any other episode, head on over to wolfuwg.com, or you can see it on the Odyssey app to find all our episodes. And until next week, can I get a howl yeah?
Howl
yeah. Since you're already here, why not follow us on all these social media platforms? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All at the Wolf UWG.
Wolf Life Hack number 603. Eat, eat, eat. Please eat something throughout the day. You need brain food to work and study hard. This is Wolf Radio.